Sometimes you'll see the players maybe widen their stance a touch, but watch their head. Their head stays very still. And that's what you have to focus on when it gets windy like this, because it's real easy to get knocked off balance.
Par 4 second. Approach shot of Webb Simpson.
A little bit of an uphill lie here from this position. A lot of players will try to trap the ball, and that's exactly what I believe Webb is going to do here. And when you do that, you're going to tend to pull the ball left a lot of the time.
Second for Jason Day.
Yeah, key today is you can try to control the spin on the golf ball. If you can hit shots that don't spin a lot, that certainly be to your advantage. This looks really good. If he doesn't have any spin, this would be really nice.
Keep it here with Rose.
That was on the tee box.
Yeah, much flatter lie, so he has certainly a few more options. The fact that it's not an uphill lie here. Looks like he's going to try to flight this one. This one got up in the air a little bit more than I thought, but well done.
Rose all over it at the second.
Whatever, but well done by Justin.
First of the par threes. Playing 204 yards today.
This is a beast today.
Holy cow.
That's all you need to know right there. Holy cow is right.
Like 180 yards, 75 yards.
He would have had to go into the top end of the bag to get something there. And see what English does with it.
He's hit some pulls. That's been his miss.
Not that time.
Pulled it right in the bottom of the cup.
Fabulous shot from English.
That's a con.
Saves, you know, to avoid going a little sideways early, kind of get a player grounded early part of the round. Streb missed the first 2 greens today.
Laying it down. Yep. That's really well done right there. Just to get it on the putting surface with a birdie putt is...
The field was 554 shots under par, 542, something nuts like that. Previous record was 180 shots higher in 2018. Historically low numbers produced yesterday.
Well, part of that reason really was because the field staff of the PGA Tour knew that this day was coming, and so they shortened up the golf course a little bit yesterday. Hole locations maybe a little bit more generous and overall than they would have normally made. So, and you know, they got the record scoring. That's what's going to happen when it's soft like that.
Simpson watches that one wander by. A little work coming back for his par here at the second.
But these hole locations don't change from day 1 to day 2, and that's like we mentioned before. And so they have to really set, you know, one hole location. Often, well, really what they do is they'll set the hole locations based on the forecasted conditions, but because the conditions were varied from day 1 to day 2, they had to keep the holes in the same spot. So that's why you saw them err on the side of caution yesterday.
All right, how about this one for Jason Day, Garn?
Well, the contour of the green is going to get this ball to work from right to left, but the wind is blowing across his line from left to right, so possibly not as much right to left on this putt as Jason might think, but should have learned a little something there from Webb Simpson, certainly about the pace and about the break. But Webb was up on a little plateau on the left-hand side of the green, so it was almost a little more downhill. This is slightly flatter, but it definitely will move right to left.
Yeah, that one dove towards the back of the green right there.
Kisner going to be able to get a putter on this one up at 3.
Smart play. Doesn't have to pitch this one, keep it on the ground, keep it underneath the wind. It rolled very nicely through that collar there, so should be able to judge the distance pretty well, and he does.
Ground if you can, especially in these conditions. Gorgeous second shot into the second for Justin Rose, wasn't it, Karn?
Well, as Steve said, I mean, to be able to get it pin high right at this flag, certainly macho points for Justin Rose there. There's plenty of trouble to the right. This putt, again, there is tilt to the back of the green to his right. It's one of these where you could risk knocking it a few feet by and just hit it a little firmer, just left edge.
Birdie pushes Rose to 6 under par.
That's a really good start right there. 1 under through 2 into that very difficult wind.
Simpson bogeyed the opening hole, looking to avoid another here.
Oh, I don't think there's any question there will be a lot of conversation between Webb and Paul Tesori today. They will be working it. Certainly not the start Webb was looking for.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy. He's going to fall back to -1. Now you're fighting for the weekend on a tough day to do so. Back up to 3.
Yeah, Robert coming up the hill here. Again, back into the wind. Can he hit it hard enough? No. But any 3 here is a very good 3. No birdies recorded on this 3rd hole thus far today. 15 yesterday in the calm conditions, and it ranked 3rd most difficult to make birdies. So
Harris, golly, 3 under par, tied for 82nd right now. Kind of wonder what the cut's going to be at day's end.
yeah, it's going to be very interesting to figure that out, right? I mean, typically you double the number that cut line is on, and right now it's 4 under par, so in theory you would double it to 8, but certainly the conditions are not the same. So I would think if it goes to 5 or 6 under, it's not going to move that much. I mean, there's not going to be that many birdies to be had out here today, so it'll be very interesting to see how it evolves to day's end.
He has to hustle and then double hustle if he wants to have a chance at making it. But tee at 3, Harris English. See, he made par and he already moved up a spot, tied for 81st now.
There you go. It's wind pretty strong out of the right today. You can see that flag out there. Players are going to be aiming right about there.
Yeah, really good.
The right edge of that bunker, and just let the wind and the natural draw shape of the shot turn it over a little bit, playing less than driver to do so.
Especially in these conditions. Now to Justin Rose at the par 3.
193, and I kind of a little bigger target than Steve, and I like the camera tower in the back. Gives me something a little bigger to shoot at. But 193, about 180 to clear that bunker there, and we talked a little about it yesterday. It's a little downslope, so if you can kind of get it there, the ball should release a little bit back towards the flagstick here. But as Steve said, wind coming in off the right, maybe about 1 o'clock or so.
It's 12 on that shot white thing, just right of the bunker, which is. If there's any more crates in this, I'm going to pull you back. But at this moment in time, I like what you've got in your hand here.
Pretty much agree with Carney right there with the sight line. David and Justin pretty much on the same page there.
Yeah, the one problem, you get it turning over a little too much. There's a lot of slope on that front left portion of the green here, so that ball can chase off the green quite a ways if you get it turning over too much.
Yeah, we saw that with Adam Scott yesterday.
This one starts right.
Shot there.
Yeah, good shot there.
Tee at 4. Kevin Kisner. Going with driver.
It's about 295 to that bunker that you see right in the center of your screen, and this one's headed right. Yeah, right of center.
The Marshall
He fooled all of us.
gave you a head fake there.
Not that far right.
No. Okay, Streb.
Like English, less than driver here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good start line right there. Our guy didn't know. He didn't know what signal to give there. Decent day. He was here a couple of weeks ago, Karn, down at the stadium golf course, and he was working pretty hard.
Well, every time he comes down there, I mean, he works hard, and unfortunately, just gets those nagging back injuries that prevent him from playing. This one starts right side of the green and just turning over slightly.
Stay there. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing how many times he'll work hard, get in position, play well for a couple rounds, and all of a sudden has to make that adjustment. Okay, third member of this group, Webb Simpson.
I think our viewers are going to notice today, particularly back into the breeze, and you and Steve can talk about this. Obviously, this game has gotten where it's speed of the golf swing. I think these guys into the breeze particularly are going to maybe step back a notch.
Yeah, definitely stepping back off that one.
We should have kept account of how many times a caddy's going to come in there like Paul did and back his player off.
Yeah, there's some high towering shot turning towards the flagstick. Needs to clear that bunker.
It does, Carney, and beautiful. Probably 10-footer. Tough start, but two-time winner here at the RSM, RobertStreb.
Wind down off the right, front left hole location, going to be really tough to get at. And that wind's a little bit more across than I thought, but that ball stopped pretty nicely.
Okay, this should be an ideal flag for kids.
The crosswinds are very interesting, Billy, because you have to have the proper spin and trajectory to get the ball to go the right distance. You're going to see a lot of missed distances, a lot more missed, I think, on crosswinds than you might into the wind or downwind.
Yeah, Harris loves to work the ball left to right, so trying to go up against that invisible wall.
Good
Nice.
solid shot.
Go back to the birdie look for Jason Day, Carney.
Yeah, tough putt here. He's got to go. It's uphill halfway to the hole into the green. Then it gets up on top. And I think then the wind could be a factor. He's going to play a lot of break right to left on this, but really pace is the real challenge on this putt.
Well, I would certainly give that putt maybe a B grade. Only because it's Jason Day.
Yeah, he's a wizard with that magic wand on the putting green.
Now Jay Rose, trying to keep things moving.
Yeah, slightly uphill the whole way, but this is going to go right to left. At least about the last third of the putt should start to go really from right to left. Looks to have pretty good pace on this.
Yeah, very good. Had a good look at the grip of Justin Rose, what he's employed. Kind of a variation of the pencil. Anything you can do to take the electricity out of the stroke.
I love the way, I love that style of putting, really. I mean, it really hit me when I saw he and Sergio in the final group at the Masters a few years ago when Sergio won, and you know, it's conventional is not conventional anymore. It's any way you can hold it and grip it, and you know, Webb Simpson, we see the running up the forearm there as we'll watch him here, and so many ways to get it done. And
well, there's always a method of recovery, Carney. You just have to discover it.
No doubt. And there's plenty of options out there. Not much of an option in this putt here. A little right to left again. It could be determined by pace here, but it's definitely going right to left.
That is a quick routine right there. That's well, right now the speed. I think Webb's struggling with the speed. Now, Jason
Billy
Day.
has always had a short stroke, but Webb seems like, almost looks like his stroke's a little bit shorter than normal, but it's always been quick, but a little shorter.
It's a good point. It's a good observation. Now, Jay Day.
Yeah, this one is not much in this. May try to drift slightly to the right. These are the character builders here.
Well, throughout his career, all relative to the scoring, because it's still played under par. That's amazing. That's how well they played yesterday.
yeah,
But now, Streb, outside 35 feet for birdie. Ooh, took a little bobble right there, and really, really good pace.
yeah. I think we should have just said 15th easiest. Everything's the easiest.
I mean, I heard you and Swanee talking about the birdies in round one. I mean, that's a staggering number, but it just seemed like, you know, we saw guys yesterday, they'd hit a 3-hole stretch. We saw Cameron Smith, boom, reel off 3. And then on the second night, reel off 3. Kisner needs to reel off about 8.
He hasn't reeled off 1 yet in the whole event, so not going to do it from about 30 feet either.
No.
He's just whistling along, though. He knows, hey, look, chances of being on here on the weekend are going to be difficult. Maybe he'll hang out and watch some football this weekend, or
It's a nice conversation between he and Harris right now. You know, the Bulldogs are playing really good football, so it's just a nice stroll. Yeah. On the other hand, Harris, he needs 2 or 3 birdies. Oh, I think he was looking for a little right turn.
no, that was really good right there. Everything just pulled a little left. The wind was going to be pushing that to the right, and that's what he thought, and just didn't quite work out that way. But that man has really upped his birdie conversion game in the last couple of years. Moved from 104th a couple of years ago to 6th in birdie conversion on the greens that he's hitting regulation. So,
Well, it's certainly interesting because, you know, prior to the stoppage of play, he was really playing well, and then he just picked. Hopefully Harris keeps it going like he has as we watch Jay Rose with the 3-wood.
Yeah, really nice play there. A little helping one off the right. Got to be careful. That left side comes in quickly. But a really good shot there for Jay Rose.
The area, but it's fine. It's fine. But that went a long ways. Now Jay Day.
Yeah, really good swing there, man.
Less than driver for Jay Day as well. This will be just fine.
See, I like that play right there, Steve. You know, I love the way that he flights it with the 3-wood. You know, we used to see Tiger Woods do it all the a guy that hits the ball as high as Jason Day. Webb seems to like it, and he should. Could be on the upslope just a little bit right there.
some balls really close to this green. Maybe not by this group, but
you see the bunker that's green side. It's 304 to that bunker.
we're going to see a lot of balls very close to this green, Billy. I mean, there's no question about that. I mean,
Yeah, the 409 is measured to the center of the fairway and then to the green. These guys are taking a lot of yardage off of this hole.
yeah, they're kind of hitting into that gap.
Ooh, that was a little closer than Harris wanted, but it's ideal now.
You put those away.
Right in there is where a lot of these players are going to be looking today.
This is a very aggressive line right here by Streb.
Just kind of hit it high. He's got that reverse C, kind of gets underneath it and launches it nice and high. And that was too aggressive of a line right there. That's going to have to get real lucky to find that ball.
Yeah.
Saw Louis Oosthuizen yesterday do the same thing.
Some first to play.
Yeah, 153, and with that front hole location, the wind with the second shot more off the right, a little help, and that's about 5 I've counted already now, Billy.
I think it would be a fascinating number if we could have started documenting it right from the first tee on.
The back off ticker.
Yeah, 153 again, and to challenge the hole location, you really have to challenge that front bunker. Ideally a little right, maybe a little past the hole.
Or just right at it. I mean, that is inside 3 feet, Carney, and I mean, that is a fabulous shot.
A little different angle, a little bit maybe more downwind, but still right to left. He's taking his flighted this down a little bit. Oh!
Yeah, that's pretty good shot as well.
I mean, to me, he's going to have to try to take something high. And obviously, get it up in the breeze because the wind in this angle could knock the ball down. So he's got to be very careful not to take too low a trajectory here.
Heads up, guys. Card on your right.
A lot of things to factor in right here. How much spin is this ball going to have? And that's going to affect how much it's going to stay in the air.
He's looking more right.
Yeah, it has to. He got it cleanly. That's a pretty good shot from there.
Just go ahead and put a little left spin on it as well. You're exactly right. That was a good shot. That little short one on the 72nd hole at Wyndham, he would have been in the playoffs. But now Kisner at 5.
Wind gobble that one up. Coming from that direction.
About as 85 as I can get it, bud.
Just out of sorts, isn't he?
Yeah, Harris English. Great angle right here. I mean, you can drive it in a little bit lower. And when the camera was panning back to Harris, I think Streb, they found the ball. Oh, yeah. See, I mean, perfect.
Perfect, yeah. Yeah, that sure beats going back to the tee, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Now, I mean, even though he's in the bunker, at least he's got a chance to save par.
Upslope, you see how it rolled all the way back, so that line there in the bunker, so.
Is this, you think it's a clean line? It looks like it's just kind of sitting down just a little, like he can't spin it from there.
A little on the upslope, it appears, though, so I think that will help him. Yeah, pretty well done.
That's very well done. Back to the green at 4. After that excellent second shot, Justin Rose. Chance to get to 7 under par, Carney.
It's an interesting little putt because in the middle of the green, which is to Justin's right, there's slope from right to left, but there's a berm off that bunker that's in that front left. that could factor in here. The wind is kind of coming off the right, so I would say, if anything, maybe a little right to left in this. Otherwise, I think this putt would be pretty straight. I think this is one where certainly the wind could influence this.
Yeah, everything he does preset before he gets the ball in motion. All deals with the setup. Oh my.
That was tantalizingly close.
Oh, when they're rolling that slowly over the edge. Unbelievable, it just didn't wiggle a little bit. Now, English for birdie at the 5th.
Baffled there on the read. That thing didn't move very much, but
I think, you know, you're seeing it right there, and Eric Larson coming, it just doesn't do what it's always done, but I think you can attribute that to the strength of the wind. See if Jay Day can figure it out, Carney.
Certainly was an interested bystander in watching Justin Rose's putt here, but again, you have to feel that if there's any influence, just slightly to the left.
so much guesswork out here. And if these players can't guess it right,
Absolutely.
you got to catch the right gust of wind. You've got to. That's why they're backing off so many times. They want to make sure that it's calm, as we see RobertStreb
It's a nice par.
make a great par there after.
Okay. I'd already given him this putt, Carney.
Just play it straight, hit it firm.
So good birdie by Webb. Now Kisner, this is where he lagged his first putt from, just off the front of the green. So really nice two putt there. You win a golf tournament, you kind of set yourself up for the season in the break. Now Simpson on the tee at 5. Ooh, that's aggressive. That should be perfect.
Yeah, that's a strong hit right there.
It's kind of coming out of the clock. If top.
Ooh.
Chris.
Definitely more right. About 300 yards to that bunker. And he flies it that far. That is just a little flip over to the hole now. You could throw it on from there.
Everything just kind of fell in place, went back to Sean Foley. So this is direct aim at the green for Jason Day. Look where he has this pointed.
He's going to unwind on this one. In that bunker, that would be, he would have loved it in that grass a little bit more. That's going to be a long bunker.
To the 6th, par 3, 172.
He's just a couple yards downhill, wind off the left and helping today. That front bunker's definitely going to come into play. We saw a couple balls plug in there yesterday from our featured groups
Yeah, I
with
saw it rolling.
Louis Oosthuizen.
Now, English, after missing the first green, hit the next 4. if you could just teach a transition like Harris English has, everybody would play better. Now Streb.
That's a good one. He's a high spin, high launch player here. And that's really helpful to this front pin, and that's well done.
It certainly is. So a chance for Streb to get to -4, but okay, Taylor Gooch having a nice start to the season. He's now tied with Munoz at 10 under par. Simpson at the 5th, his second.
A really flat lie here, which is beneficial. It does have room on this line between the edge of the green and the flagstick. This is going to get past the hole. That was a lot of spin for that yardage.
Yeah, that was fancy right there.
You see him kind of open that face and hold it off through impact there to hold it up against the wind, and that was pretty cool.
You know, Kiz over at the par 3 6th.
Still pitching a birdie shutout, and he's going to remain that way.
And that's the lie of Justin Rose. And can you put it in a better spot, Carney?
Maybe a little left of it, but not much more. It's on an upslope, which is certainly the upslope's certainly a benefit here. That sounded a little clunky to me.
Yeah. And speaking of good looks, the birdie, Streb has one here at the 6th.
Yeah, we're going to get a good worm's eye view of this one. Just tugged it.
Now Jason Day.
You know, good flat lie, but has to carry that lip. If he can land it on the fringe, the ball should chase to the hole. Kind of just like that.
Yeah, if that ball carries maybe another foot near the green, then it's a piece of cake.
Yeah, beauty of a short hole, though, isn't it?
Now, Kisner. Struggles continue.
Watch that as we go, but his lower body stays so stable when he putts, and typically he makes a heck of a lot more than what he's making now.
Yeah, it looks like everything's pretty much stacked on top of one another. The shoulders on the knees are on the arch, ball of the foot. So, but Jason Day, well, we got 3 good looks here for Birdie Carney, and Day's going to be first.
Well, these greens are not flat. A lot of undulation in them. Yesterday they played flat because of the conditions. They are not playing that way today. So I think we're going to see all the little subtle breaks accentuated by both the breeze and maybe the speed of these greens today. This is one that should try to go a little left off that slope, off that bunker.
There you go. Nice.
It's a great up and down right there.
Rose right at 9 feet for birdie.
And from behind the hole, it really gives you the best look. The green for Justin going right to left towards that, which would be the right side of the green, but to his left. And I agree, you're spot on there, Billy. Jason's shot much more difficult than the other two. This is really all about speed. Speaking of speed, as a jet flew by there, back Justin off.
Wow, he was fully in, ready to go there, balked on the backswing.
And kind of tucking that shirt in.
Well, we are downwind from the airport, so.
A little frustrating up to this point. Hit a couple of good putts. That may not have been his best effort right there. Looked a little undecided. But now Simpson, chance for back-to-back birdies, Carney, and offset those 2 bogeys at the start.
His putt is going to transition from into the green to down green. That can be a factor. And from this side, should try to move to his left as well. As we're really starting to get some gust out here now.
Yeah, that's pretty pure right there. Now we'll move up to the par 5, 583. Harris English.
This wind going to kind of push this ball over towards the penalty area a little bit, so the players are going to favor that left side today, and that one got pushed by the wind, but appears to be up in the rough.
Now Streb, kind of an old school finish, kind of up very high, very much above the left shoulder. Most guys, they'll finish in line with their left shoulder.
Yeah, completely. Very Hale Irwin-esque or Colin Montgomery or
yeah.
those...
Handsy players, you'll see that from.
Mm-hmm.
The remainder of the round, Kiz is just going to try to figure out something that he can work on and get the ball striking back to what we're used to seeing from him.
At 172 today, you can see the breeze is a little intermittent, but it's certainly coming off the left here. Yesterday, we saw 2 of the players in our feature group end up with buried lies in that front bunker. Certainly a possibility today, all the wind going left to right may allow players to avoid that. Certainly needs to start this well left of the flagstick. He's trying to turn it into it, and the wind has got this pushing it to the right.
That flag looks like it's right on the tippy top of the bunker from the teeing ground up there, Carney.
Well, if he landed just over the bunker, my guess it might get pretty close.
Well, it was really good so far as being flag high. That looks like there is absolutely no room between just over the bunker and the flagstick. I mean, just nothing there.
Well, there's a little downslope there. It's about 6 paces from the edge of the green to the flag.
That's not enough.
J-Day trying to turn this into the breeze. This is right. No.
There's that bunker we're talking about.
Wind knocked that straight down.
Yeah, it certainly did. I think he knew it was going to be short. I think it was a solid strike. It was just you get caught in that breeze and it beats the golf ball down just a little bit. We'll see if Justin Rose reacts to what he just saw.
And with this breeze, if you could just hit it over the left edge of that bunker, the wind should move it right to the flagstick. That's about the line that Justin has taken. That one's staying pretty straight.
It's a beautiful shot.
Taking that front bunker completely out of play. He's very much under control of his golf swing right now, though, isn't he?
Yeah, this is fun to watch. He struggled last year, kind of found something at the end of last year, but Taylor Gooch has found something today. He's moved it 12 under par, leader by 2. Par 5 7th, Kevin Kisner, just a layup.
Just trying to get it down there short of a fairway bunker that flanks the left.
Clean line in the bunker for Jason Day.
Yeah, on the upslope. Yeah, really good shot there. I was actually going to give that maybe a 50-50 chance of going in.
Up and down for Jay Day, but now Streb. Got a lot of yardage to cover here. We saw guys, Neiman hit it just over the green yesterday. Oh, he almost did it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's really good. Now Harris English.
It's from 285. Just love to keep it a little left here. It's leaking right though. That is going to be really close to that transition area that we saw some.
For 75th. At 3 under par, he was tied for 82nd. He hasn't made any move to go lower as Simpson's putt's on the way.
Into the green the whole way there.
How's this, Rosie?
So now we'll see if Justin Rose can convert. He's had a lot of good looks, Carney.
He has, and again, I think the wind has gotten some of them. Again, as I mentioned back at 5, while these greens are not flat by any means, they're certainly the undulations I think are more prominent today because of the breeze. And as I read this putt, to the eye, it should go a little left to right as he puts back towards that bunker. There's a little ridge that cuts through the green from front to back that he's just left, or I should say just right of from this position. But again, you got the wind basically coming across the green from right to left here. But from this distance, I think it's one maybe put it left edge and hit it firm.
Well, that certainly looks like it, what it's going to do. J-Day did tap in for his par.
Really good stroke, though. He stays so steady. His hands don't do anything. It's just powered by his rocking of his shoulder.
The edge. He's doing a lot of things well. He's driving it well. The iron play's good. Kisner, his 3rd at the par 5.
Trying to flight this one down a little in the crosswind.
Okay, shot.
7.
Par 5. Speaking of the par 5, Streb.
Giving us a little left to right break, trying to get it to run out. And just a little shy on speed there for Streb.
Prior to Streb, this is the situation that Harris English had. And actually a little fortunate here, Steve.
Yeah, nice break for sure to keep this ball out of the sandy transition area, but didn't take advantage of the break whatsoever. That's a very poor shot for a PGA Tour champion like a Harris English. See that grip on his putter there. He said there's been some stories about that, and it happened during the Ryder Cup. Right, he got a call from Captain Stricker, and Stricker hadn't called him really all week on the phone, and he said, "Hey, this rules official. We got to look at your putter." And his grip, he had a funky grip on his putter that basically he used for he didn't know how long, 8, 9, 10 years, and it had frayed so much that maybe some people thought, hey, maybe there was some sort of advantage because he putted so well last year. But anyway, he had to change that old grip and into a newer one that's not so frayed, but
Hey,
changes your feel a little bit. I mean, there's no question. You got an old friend And
Tattered and worn
yes.
provides comfort.
It's just an old friend in your hands. Ben Crenshaw never really didn't change a lot with his putters, but putter is it only accounts for about 40% of your overall score. So you know it's not that important, is it?
I wonder who brought it to everyone's attention. Simpson with a tee shot. Ooh. Couldn't tell if it stayed up or not. Yeah, Kisner, and there's another player backing off because of a gust of wind.
Yeah, and this wind is really hitting him right into his back, so it's and he likes to, and watch how stable he stays though with his lower body. He actually practices with balance discs on the practice green, so watch how stable his lower body stays. It's almost like from his belt down is in cement.
Well,
still over.
The players are going to struggle, obviously. Speed of the greens, the wind, and everything. Jason Day, tee shot